Welcome to Quarantine Cuts, at home around the world, Episode 4.
Whether you've been home for 2 weeks or 2 months during the pandemic, chances are you've had a lot of time to think. Leanna and I were curious. We thought we would ask our friends all around the world what they might be thinking about, what the pandemic has taught them, what they've learned during this very unusual time.
Usually I'm a medical student, but with university cancelled, I've been working as a nursing assistant in the local emergency department. Very much seeing how people are adapted, how flexible people are in terms of doing new jobs. Very much seeing this in the hospital right now. It's an amazing sense of community.
My priorities have changed. While I used to be distracted and impatient when people were talking to me, I had to force myself to listen. Now I give them my full attention, and I do so willingly. And not to be grim, I do so because it might be the last time I hear their voice.
Something that the pandemic has taught me is to be a lot kinder with myself and to myself with the way that I think, and a lot of the time I'm really hard on myself and give myself unrealistic time constraints, and it's really important that I take that lesson and keep that going even when the pandemic's over.
Take it one day at a time and basically just enjoy the blessings that each day brings and not really worry about what the future will hold for us.
Whilst we are all going through a number of challenges, our actual experience of those will depend from person to person, so don't sit in judgment. Just focus on your health, your well-being, your keeping your sanity. Understand that lots of emotions will come and go. All of that, bearing in mind what we're going through, is normal.
You know, it's a gift to think about all the privileges that I have, and just to be reminded of the love that is around us and my family. And you know, we often think we don't have the time to stop and think about these things.
I just realized it's very important to follow a schedule, to stick up to whatever you have decided to do during the day, and the force of will maybe, and passions, of course. Passions.
Be patient. Be compassionate.
We are all in this together, and the positive thing is that we're not alone. When you kind of work and cut up with your life, you don't actually have time to sit down and have long conversation over the phone, and there's plenty of time for it now, and I love it.
Quarantine's probably taught me that I am very appreciative of my job. I was already. I love the organisation I work for, so really to be able to get out of the house and go to work every day has been amazing for me. I'm very, very fortunate for that, and very thankful.
So something I've come to really appreciate during quarantine is how beautiful nature is. I've got an amazing garden, I've got beautiful butterflies and birds and even a few monkeys running around. And yeah, it's just beautiful to just come and relax outside and just breathe it all in.
I know I've mentioned before that I was in Sicily when the quarantine hit, but I don't think I've mentioned what a profound impact being home and spending quality time with my mom has had on my sense of well-being and my health. My mom and my friends have encouraged me to really focus on self-care, being in the moment. I think I've really grown and centered myself as a person because I've had the time to reflect about it.
I love that answer, and I love you. I don't know how great a mom I was this morning. You know, we're living in a new home that has no air conditioning, and we're in the process of trying to fix that. And I got a little crabby today. And it was interesting because when I really stopped to think about it, I had every reason to be grateful for the home that I can be quarantined in. And I feel very fortunate to be in a home that I really do love, whether it has air conditioning or not, and just to be grateful for the things that we do have.
As we also all know, quarantine isn't going to last forever. Technically, Quarantine Cuts doesn't really serve a purpose anymore when there's no quarantine. But the good news is that we really have enjoyed this process of working together and using it as a platform to connect with our friends even more.
And bridge those cultural gaps so that you can see how people live in other parts of the world and what they're thinking.
What we've decided to do is to continue Quarantine Cuts with a different name. And we're not really sure what that name will be yet, but you can expect to see us at least once a month doing something kind of creative like this and sharing it on a social platform for you.
In the meantime, just be sure to keep subscribing, keep an eye out for the videos that we're going to be producing, and most importantly, please stay healthy, stay well, and we miss you.
To your good health, in Afrikaans it's gesondheid, which means bless you, and in Zulu it's kwimpilo yakho enhle.